Good evening and welcome to NNX, where we give you campus news faster than you can eat a bowl of mac and cheese. I'm Maria Heim.
And I'm Max Rothfeder. Let's dive right in to tonight's top stories.
20 incarcerated students are making history as the first in the country to be enrolled in a bachelor's program at a top 10 university. NNN's Julia Richardson spoke to some of the professors and students involved in the program.
I am greater than my worst mistake.
For formerly incarcerated students like Maria Garza, Northwestern's prison education program, or MPEP, has been life-changing.
Are we really here? Are we really, have we really made it this far?
For some, it is the first time they have felt acknowledged as people and not just as inmates.
Once they start coming in and willing to talk to us and hug us, I said, man, I got to do right because of this.
MPEP began in 2018 under the direction of Northwestern professor Jennifer Lackey. The program's first cohort graduated with associate's degrees from Oakton Community College in April and will be enrolled in bachelor's programs at Northwestern.
I was just in that classroom 70-something days ago. I was just there.
After more than 19 years, Corzell Cole walked out of prison 28 years early with the legal help of Northwestern faculty. He zooms into classes with the rest of his cohort who still remain at Stateville Correctional Center.
We got good guys in prison that, if given an opportunity, they would do very well.
Hollins, Cole, and Garza are part of a minority of MPEP students who walk free. Families of those still inside join them for a celebration on Northwestern's campus.
I'm really excited for my brother. I look forward to him obtaining that bachelor's degree and his release very soon.
But it is not only the students and their families who benefit.
It has reinvigorated my love for teaching.
And the students now hope to make their own impact.
Everyone's entitled to redemption.
A program making history and changing lives.
And Julia joins us now in the studio. Julia, given the success already seen in the prison education program, do you know if Northwestern is planning on creating more cohorts?
Well, the first cohort is graduated and is moving on to get their bachelor's degrees, but there are still other cohorts working towards their associate's degrees right now. And I asked Professor Goldberg if he sees this program going on for a long time. He was pretty confident about it. Everyone I spoke to is extremely passionate, and interest is definitely there to keep going.
I know you were able to speak to some of the participants of the program. Did they talk about what they're planning on doing with their degrees after their release?
Yeah, so of course they still have to obtain their bachelor's degrees from Northwestern, but they tell me they already have some big plans. Broderick and Corzell want to be counselors, and Maria wants to continue the advocacy work she already does, but the common thread is that they all want to make a difference in the criminal justice system.
Well, thanks for joining us today, Julia. Max?
Thanks, Maria. Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot has instituted a citywide curfew following the recent shooting of 16-year-old Shondell Holliday. It consists of a 6 p.m. Millennium Park curfew for unaccompanied youth ages 16 and younger and a citywide 10 p.m. curfew for those 17 and under. Though some residents are in favor of the curfew, studies have found them to have no impact on crime and that they can even lead to an increase in violence. Some experts have also argued that curfews have had disproportionate effects on marginalized communities.
City of Chicago, when there was a curfew implemented in 2020 in the wake of the George Floyd uprisings, that the enforcement was very racially disproportionate. Some 3/4 of people who were arrested for curfew violations and the week of the following the protests, 3/4 were Black.
Despite critics, Mayor Lori Lightfoot stands by her curfew as she hopes for a safer summer. Vanessa Kelson has more tonight on tonight's NNR. Maria?
Speaking of safety, earlier this month, Lincoln College, about 40 minutes southwest of Evanston, closed its doors permanently, 157 years after its founding. The reason citing a cyber attack that blocked access to data the college used to project its academic and economic future. This is part of a larger trend as cyber crimes increase nationwide. In 2021 alone, the FBI recorded $6.9 billion lost by victims of cyber crimes. And here to talk more about what students can do to ensure they're protected from cyber attacks is NNN's Megan Leibowitz. Megan?
Hey guys, yeah, there are a lot of different things that students can do to make sure that you protect your own cyberspace. One, use multi-factor authentication. That's like the Duo app that you use to log on to different things to make sure that you are really the person who says that they're logging on. Also, make sure that your operating systems on your phone and computer are updated. And then also make sure that you use complicated and sophisticated passwords. One expert who I talked with said that a lot of hackers will say that the easiest way to get someone's password is just to ask for it. So if you get a suspicious email saying it's time for you to change your password, send us your password, make sure that it's actually legitimate and don't respond to those emails. Guys.
Thanks for joining us, Megan, and thank you for being here tonight. Max?
More than 50 female Evanston Public Beach employees signed a petition in 2020 alleging sexual harassment and sexual assault by their fellow staff members on the Evanston lakefront. In 2019, Anna Frederick said a male worker frequently made inappropriate comments toward her and her coworkers. After an investigative report was commissioned, the end result was that the male worker was given a verbal warning but was hired back the next season.
No, there's nothing that can erase the things that happened. We were treated the way we were treated.
Following media coverage and more allegations of harassment and assault, Evanston's Mayor Biss has decided to step in, working to implement a data tracking system to record employee complaints. But all eyes are on the city to see if it will ensure a safer beach for all workers.
Well-known Argentine cartoonist Liniers visited Northwestern this past Wednesday night to share and talk about his work. Liniers' work is often in the form of political cartoons, while he attributes to playing a role in social movements by inspiring activist efforts. His cartoons have been featured in The New Yorker, a feat he credits to having spent countless hours drawing as a kid.
I was very bad at sports, so you stay back, you stay in class when everybody's going to play soccer or whatever.
You can follow Liniers on Twitter at @PoorLiniers and check out his books, which are available on Amazon.
Chicago's Economic Strategies Development Corporation held its signature event, Mole de Mayo, this past weekend in Pilsen. NNN's Liz Caslow got a taste of the festivities.
Smells, sounds, and a street packed with people. The Mole de Mayo Festival returned to Pilsen after a 3-year hiatus due to the pandemic.
What I've heard of from the restaurants and from the vendors is that they're eager to come and participate.
What started as a festival with 4 restaurants and 1 mariachi has ballooned to upwards of 24 restaurants, 40 musical acts, and guests from all over the city.
Just an hour and a half outside of Evanston, over 100,000 people flock each year to 18th Street for the festival.
The event's main attraction, the mole. Marcelina Hernandez and her daughter run Ibolina's Tamales. They say the business has won multiple Best Mole accolades over the years for its mole.
This is a big dinner, okay?
And the business has a history with ESDC.
We helped her out to get her business license.
ESDC is based in Pilsen and helps small businesses grow through grants, trainings, help with navigating paperwork, and events in the neighborhood. Food entrepreneurs weren't the only ones to have stands at the festival. The Pena sisters have an earring business, Clay Chicas, and this was their first time at Mole de Mayo. For the businesses and attendees, Mole de Mayo is about more than just good shopping and good eats.
I just think this is bringing a sense of community to people.
From 18th Street, Liz Caslow, Northwestern News Network.
You can visit esdcchicago.com for more information about upcoming events like restaurant tours and art walks.
Well, that's all the time we have for tonight. Thanks so much for watching.
Stay tuned for the Northwestern News Report and Politicat coming up next. I'm Max Rothbetter.
And I'm Maria Heim. Have a great night, and we'll see you in the fall.